Yes, students. So let us continue with the next program understanding, program number 12, lab program number 12, which is prime number generation. Logic of prime numbers we have done multiple times in the class. The same logic holds good. Only thing is we have to generate prime numbers for the given range. So I'll just brief the program. You will understand that. So here I have written a subfunction to find whether number is prime or not. Okay, int is prime and the function receives a number. So I'll enter number 1 or 2 or 3 or some number I'll enter, give as input to this function. It will check whether that number is prime or not. It will return 0 or 1. 0 means not prime, 1 means it is prime. That's all. So here I have not defined the function body. I have just declared the function. I have written the prototype with a semicolon. That means it is function declaration. I've defined the function below main. You see here user defined function for checking whether the given number is prime or not. So what am I doing in this function? Check out the logic there. Give a number as input. What happens here? As usual, same logic as we have done in the class. We'll start from 1 up to that number. Try to check whether that number is divisible or not. If it is divisible, increment the count. C++. Count is 0. So just increment it. If that number is prime, after completing this loop, that count should be either 2. That is, number is divisible by 1 and itself. No, that count should be 2. If it is more than 2, it is not prime. Same thing. If C is equal to 2, return 1. 1 means it is prime number, else it is not prime number, 0. So this part is clear. Come to the main now. We ask user enter the range. I will enter, I want to know all prime numbers between 10 and 20. So if I enter 10 and 20, N1 and N2, we ask user enter the range N1 and N2 to find the prime numbers. We'll enter two numbers, scanf %d and %d, read the numbers, and for each and every number, what happens here, I loop will start from N1 to N2. Each and every number we are going to call the function is prime, and pass that number which is in the I. So let me take this to the whiteboard. The whiteboard now. Let me write the logic. Logic is for loop followed with the function call there. So I'll just write it again. Okay, then closing the for loop, a small logic. So now what is the n value? I will say n1 is equal to, I will enter n1 as 10 and n2 as 20. Now for loop should check all the numbers between the given range. Check all numbers between 10 and 20. So prime number logic is known. So I value will go from 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, including 20. It is going to verify whether prime numbers are there or not. These many times. So that is the number 10 is sent to the prime number function here. Is prime, you see. I'm going to send the 10 to the is prime. You will return either true or false. 0. 10 is not a prime number, right? It divides many times from, if you start from 1 to 10. So it is not a prime number. You can't display that. If r is equal to 1, then only display. Return value should be 1. Here return value will be 0. 11. Yes, 11 is a prime number. We'll display 11 to the user. 12 is not a prime number. 13 is a prime number. 14 is not. 15 is a prime number. No, it is divisible by 5. 16, no. 17, yes. 18, 19. And 20 will not get displayed. So we have to get these as output. That's a small logic. You just have to understand. So let us execute the program once. If you check out here, I'm just calling it. Each and every time we are displaying it. So compile it. There are no errors. Let me execute the program. Enter the range. I will enter 10 and 20. See the prime numbers between the range 11, 13, 11, 13, 17 and 19 are the prime numbers being displayed. Hope it is clear. Prime numbers using function.